Hey guys, Lorena Magana here with New Filmmakers Los Angeles. Today, I'm talking to director Jonathan Ade about his new film, Meditations, It's Okay, It's Okay. Let's take a look at a clip from the film. Jonathan, why don't you give our viewers a brief synopsis of your film?
Meditations, It's Okay is about a young boy who's very sick and has to summon the courage to walk down his own hallway late at night to wake his father. It's part of a series of films, all called Meditations, that takes everyday moments of life and finds the drama and the beauty in them.
How did you come up with the concept for Meditations, It's Okay, It's Okay?
It's a memory of something that I've experienced, that a lot of people have experienced, I think, in general, when they're young and they're scared to be in their own house at night, which is interesting because it's where you should feel the safest. But there's something about, experiencing dark shadows, and also when you're sick, you're hallucinating a little bit, or at least if you're not hallucinating, your sense of balance is off. So everything is kind of twisted, and everything is kind of, is distorted in such a way that makes you feel really uneasy in your own environment. And I have a distinct memory of being sick and having to make my way down the long hallway to get to my dad. It felt like an eternity. And we were actually making the first meditation when I decided to turn it into a meditation itself. I was waiting for the cast and crew to arrive, and I'd gotten there myself, and I was just waiting, and the idea came to me, and I wrote it down. And that was 2 years before we decided to make it. And and then I wrote it up. It's only 2-3 pages long. It's very short, virtually no dialogue, and that's the way the meditations have always gone, is that they've always been much, much shorter to allow enough time to make it feel like a complete piece within 10 minutes. Because it's hard to make a short film that feels complete, usually, because you're usually run up against trying to put too much into it. There's people who want to make their feature, but they can't, so they put it into a short, and it never feels quite right because it doesn't, So the goal of meditations always has been to find something that can be told in a compressed amount of time,
What was it like working with your child actor?
Child actors are actually much easier to work with than adult actors because they still have a sense of imagination. They don't have to. The thing about when you become an adolescent and you start becoming self-conscious, that's something that's very difficult to turn off. Children don't have that yet. So it's easier for them to access their imagination, and it's easier for them to commit to an emotion without needing the sort of physical objectives that actors use as adults to get there. So you could, this is a result direction. I'm not proud of it generally, but with children, it works absolutely fine. You can say well, you're going to be sad at this moment, or you're going to be afraid of this moment, or I'm setting some scenes and there's some physical stimuli. We had a guy in a dark, a skin-tight dark suit who would follow him around through the piece. And if you look, you can see just a piece of him in the actual finished thing. We didn't end up using him in the thing, but the presence of physical stimuli, I think, helps a child actor because they're just reacting at that point. It's just honest because it's a really scary environment. And honestly, I think when you cast the right person, working with the actor on set is usually not difficult. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
I'm very happy to be back. You guys run a great event. So.
Yeah.